Well, hello, everyone. It is time to add me back into the screen. There we go. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to the first Wednesday of the month and January 2023. Oh boy, that went by quickly, didn't it? Welcome everyone in the chat. And I know that there's supposedly some sort of fancy way, and I wish someone would teach me how to do this, to see alphabetically in order who is in StreamYard. But I'm going to start at the very top, and I'm going to welcome everybody who entered. And it looks like Lynn McCurdy, you were the first person to log in at 6:10, according to my list, with trains, and more trains, which is kind of the theme, I guess, of this broadcast. So welcome, Lynn, and thank you for being the first person in the broadcast. Nissy J, thank you for joining us. Frank from Central Palacia Crossing, hello. Sean, Pennywise and Miser, glad you could join us. Steve Moskin, this is indeed a beer drinking class, as we will get to momentarily right there. It's always a beer drinking class on the first Wednesday of every month. Sean Rogers, I am thrilled that you're joining us and that you got home in time for a live broadcast. It's about time. I'm glad you're here. Who else has joined us? See, Miniprints is here. Joe Rader, welcome. Sparky 107, good day to you as well. Who else is in? Oh, Trackside Mike, hello. Carolina Foothills Railroad, Dundas Junction. People are just flooding in. M&M Rails, who aptly commented that there will be actually a cliffhanger on today's episode of Live from Miniature Printerland. Let's see who else has joined. And if you've joined recently, I'm going down the list. So Jim Dustin, welcome. Curly Dwight, as in Dwight Curly, welcome. Go Veer, go home. How are you, Chris? I'm glad you could join. And I will probably forget to say it before, so I will say it now to Sparky and Chris and everyone else who did a Christmas special over the break. Really enjoyed watching everybody's YouTube lives. What a wonderful way to spend the holidays, and what a wonderful community. So thank you specifically Sparky and Chris and everyone else who did a live Christmas holiday YouTube broadcast. That was a lot of fun to participate in. Okay, I see Brian Ferguson. Good evening, and I'm glad this is your first time. We have a first timer in the house, so in a moment I will explain to you, Brian, how this works, because the first thing you're going to do is vote. Caboose 121, welcome. Gerald, welcome. Who else? Don Hennessy, thank you for joining us. Okay, too many to name. I see there's a ton of people. If I haven't named you, Bob Morrison, welcome, Stephen Wagner. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I think we need to get the show started. We have a lot to cover on the first show of the new year. We have a wonderful guest modeler who is right there. Right there. He's right there in the basement. And sorry, I didn't mean to poke you in the eye. But I can see him and you can't, but you will see him soon. And I'm thrilled that the Meet the Modeler segment is back, and that our Meet the Modeler is here, who you will meet in about 20 minutes, I would say. And as most of you know, and let me just pull up and add this back into the stream, things start off with a vote. Now, 3 of these 4 beers are, well, all 4 beers are from the brewery across the street. Oh, Eduardo, Happy New Year from Mexico. I think this is, wow, you might be the furthest person on the stream from me. I have to say, because you might be very close to someone else who's on the stream. But that's very cool that you tuned in. This is an international affair, and thank you. Yeah, Wigwag's not here yet. That's true. Yes. Oh, we have a first-time viewer, I think, Trevor Marshall. I do have a brewery across the street, and you should come and visit because it's wonderful. And the brewery across the street has a selection of wonderful beers. You've seen these beers before, I believe. And they're all repeats with the exception of one, the one on the end. So let me tell you about tonight's selections. You get to vote for the beer I'm drinking, but there is a slight caveat. I will not be drinking the Beast tonight. And that's not me, before you all start, commenting and getting upset with me. I was told not to drink the 2021 Henderson Beast Bourbon Barrel beer if I was either A, drinking alone, or B, driving home, because apparently it is a beer that you split with someone in the comfort of your own home, and I signed a waiver to that effect. So you get to vote on the first 3, but the 4th beer is so exciting, I want to share it with you. So let's talk about the beers as I pull up my tasting notes. Okay, so the first one, Rube Goldberg, is a Belgian triple. It is 9%. Yikers, that's a good one. And it's refreshingly complex, sweet, and spicy. The second choice for this evening is another beer that we saw, I think, last time. And actually, I was quite excited to try this one. This is a Belgian ale with coffee, cherry, and cranberry. It's a 5.4%. What more can I say? Cranberry caramel spice. So that sounds good. The third beer I think we saw last month, but I haven't had a chance to drink, and that's the Market, a blonde ale with barberries and black Persian lime powder. I remember saying that last time. Citrus, pepper, and biscuit, and it's a 4%. And then we get to the Beast. The Beast is barrel-aged imperial amber ale, malt, vanilla, toffee, whiskey, cherries, and oak. And I can guarantee that I will be drinking that, just not on the air, because you do not want to see me slur my words. And even if you do, I have to drive home. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, start your voting. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put this comment on the screen too, because I have to agree with you, Maurice. I like a good porter or stout or a dark or an amber or something that's got a little bit of like a red ale or something that's got a bit of flavor. But when they up the alcohol content to, you know, anything for my money above 7, you know, I like to have a few, and that kind of gets in the way. All right, so my wife, she has started off the voting with the Market. Nissy, the Market. Human City Junction, Heath, the Market. Lynn, the Market, since we can't vote for the Beast. You can vote for the Beast. Just to be clear, you can vote for the Beast as a second choice for me to drink tonight with dinner when I get home. But right now, right here, it looks to me like the Market, especially because as Go Via, Go Home, Chris has identified, technically the Market does have an ET on the end, but if I just position it this way, it's Mark. So Mark, I think I will drink this beer with you in mind, because it is absolutely, this is actually the first time. There's always one in every crowd, isn't there? No, the Market is a clear winner. And it's interesting because this is the first time where I think there's been actually just such a unanimous verdict. I mean, oh, well. Yes, the Beast will be for dinner. But for now, I'm going to pop this open. And we're going to get on with the show. Okay, so this was the spicy one, lime powder. Did anyone ever look up what a B-A-R-B-E, barberry? Anyone know what a barberry is? Because I think I asked last time. I don't think I found out what a barberry was. So I will tell you what it tastes like in a minute. There's the color. Here, we'll go full screen on this so you can actually see it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. They make good beer. Okay, on with the show. Let's get back to it. Thank you for your votes, and I will enjoy that. Okay, so New Year's resolutions, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're going to start here because these are my New Year's resolutions from about 4 years ago. And it's kind of funny because I use the same slide every year, which probably tells me something about New Year's resolutions, which is I don't like making them and I don't keep them. Oh, what does it taste like? It tastes like, first thing I'll say is good. I'm totally getting the lime. I'm totally getting the pepper. And I don't know what a barberry is, so I wouldn't know what it was if I knew. But I'm getting lime. And there's a little bit of a back at throat, which is not bad. But I'm definitely getting the lime, and there is a little bit of pepper at the back of your throat. So, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I kind of need a beer to wash down this beer, but it's good. So, New Year's resolutions. I used to love them. I kind of hate them right now, but I thought just for fun, I would post a comment on the Miniprints Facebook page a couple days ago, and I did a poll, and I said, Happy New Year. Are you making any model railroad New Year's resolutions this year? If so, share them here. What say you all? And based on then 85 votes, and I think it's up to about 89 votes, we have learned better, and we've decided that we are not going to make New Year's resolutions. However, and I think that's probably a good thing, because I always, barberries are a deciduous evergreen shrub. Okay, thank you, Nelson. If I'm found dead in my studio, then we know that barberries are poisonous. But so far, so good. Although the pepper's a bit much. Back to the New Year's resolutions, less pepper in your beer. People aren't making New Year's resolutions. However, there was a very good comment in the comments, which I will share with you in a minute, that some people have goals. So I thought it might be kind of fun to share some of the goals that people shared with me. So in no particular order, and I can't really hide myself, can I? Because then I'm not part of the broadcast. Okay, so Hal Humphrey, I'm resolving to finally get my garage cleaned out and get started on my layout. Okay, that sounds good. Ed, not a resolution, but I need to get some trees on my hillsides in my mining region and a mini still built to go next to the cabin in the woods. You can view all of these and more on the Facebook page. Ballard, get my bench work done and track laid, finish up decal and paint jobs. And I did click on Seymour, which I didn't include, but if I had seen what he wrote for Seymour before I took the screen snap, I would have, because he said buy more mini prints. So, you know, that's kind of nice. Ray is going to finish up his MMR, which so exciting. Congratulations, Ray. That is something that I have always thought about and never done. I believe that our Meet the Modeler is an MMR right down there. So you will meet him and we can talk about that. Maybe he has some tips for you, Ray. What other goals have people made? My goal is to find my cursor. Here we go. Peter, get back down to the layout and start modeling. Took a longer break from the hobby than expected. You know, it happens. We all do. Don, not a resolution, but a goal. And I said, Don, share them. And he said, start building a layout, get my YouTube channel, the BRD sub, up and going. So there's a plug to document the new build. So that will be fun. Always enjoy a good YouTube build. Bill, my model railroad goal for 2023 is to get out of my own way and finally build something. Also go for Springfield for the first time and paint some of the mini prints I've been collecting. Well, I too will be going to Springfield for the first time, and we'll talk about that in a moment. And I love the painting idea. I think there are probably way too many mini prints sitting in little boxes. So I think that's a goal we should all have, is paint mini prints. Dawn, finish at least 2 T-Track modules, level my bed, start 3D printing again, and share the hobby with others, which is awesome. And Greg is going to continue. I think you paused it, if I'm not mistaken, maybe not, or continue with your Miniprints monthly Prints of the Month plan, which is awesome. Thank you. And my FOS mini plan of the month. So I hope you're enjoying both of those, and that is fantastic. And actually, this month's mini prints of the month, which will go out on the 15th, I think is absolutely the best we've ever put together. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, so, last slide, and then I'm going to go to a few comments. Greg's going to lay some track. Jurgen is going to finally paint the mini prints Bighorn Sheep. Excellent. Another paint resolution. Michael, just the usual, try to be kinder, keep up with what needs to be doing, and don't kick myself hard for falling short, something we all need to remember. And Ray is going to get off of his butt and get back to work on the layout. So not necessarily resolutions as much as goals, but this is always the time of year where it's always fun, even if you're not making resolutions, just to sort of take a look back and a look forward. And I think that is something that is definitely worth doing. Okay, I'm going to go look at some comments because I think I missed a funny one. There's an LOL in there. That is awesome. That is going to be quite a scene. That sounds to me like you're going to have to post some images, because that would be a lot of fun. What's this one? Don't let fear keep me from moving forward. Never let fear keep you. Fearless. Robert, need to get back to the train projects. That is a good one. Anyone else have any? Oh, yeah. Well, that's one we all need to do, isn't it? Especially with all these fantastic new models coming out. This might be the single best goal / resolution / comment I've seen on the entire broadcast. I do not have a comment Hall of Fame or Wall of Shame, but if I did, Sparky, you would be the first entry on 2023, and maybe I will create a comment Wall of Fame, because I think we all need to learn from Heath's mistakes. I think that's critical. Now, in all fairness, Heath, do you have a rebuttal? I will be pleased to put your rebuttal up on screen. Oh, and you do. Well, there you go. So what's fair? Fair is fair. Excellent. So I think, these are all valuable tips. I'm happy to bring these tips to you, and I think we can all learn from both Sparky's and Heath's mistakes. All right. That's wonderful. Hi, Ken. I see a few people have joined, so I will say hello to a few people who have joined. Who else is in? I see Rick has joined. Artie's here. Hi, Artie. I see you've joined. Stephen has joined. All right. Miniprints Monday. I am going to award a gift card in a moment. You don't need to be on the podcast to win it. But about a month ago, I started something called Miniprints Monday. And every Monday of the month is Miniprints Monday. And the reason I started Miniprints Monday is I love seeing pictures of what people do with mini prints. It's really honestly the thing that keeps me going. It's the reason I do this, and it is the most fun part of the day. So I encourage you, if you have a picture that you would like to share of a mini print project, please post it on Monday with Miniprints Monday. And to add a little incentive to it and make it worth your while, I said at the end of each month, I will do a draw for a gift card. I've been a little bit remiss, slow, negligent. I don't know what the right word is, but I've collected pictures from the last probably 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks of Miniprints Mondays. And I'd like to share them because I think they're a lot of fun. And I'll do a draw right now for the $50 Miniprints gift card. So the first entry number 1, will be, and I'm sure this is not, can I see your real name on the thing there? I don't, it's not Yappy Loco NL Loco. I'm sure that's not your real name, but I'll find out who you are. I know you're in Belgium, and thank you for posting this because you posted a picture of our fantastic conveyor and said first little project of 23 straight from Canada thanks to Miniprints. So definitely post pictures of that when you're done the project. Thank you for sharing that. Entry number 2 for our Miniprints Monday draw will be Bill Groder, who painted up these fantastic HO scale folks on rail bikes. And there was a nice little comment on his, some communication on his post about people who had done the rail bike adventure, people who wanted to do it. I have never done it, and it is absolutely 100% on my list of things I'd love to do. So if anyone knows of an opportunity to go rail biking, this summer, let me know. Because that would be so much fun. Mike, thank you so much for this scene. There are all sorts of things, all sorts of mini prints in this scene. And you sent me a ton of photos or posted a ton of photos. And just to be clear, Miniprints Monday is something that happens online on Facebook or Instagram, where you actually put the hashtag on and post the picture. And the reason for that is so that I can find them and so that other people can see them. And I included this photo, Mike, out of all the photos you posted because you used the mini print decal on the tank car filled with resin. And I thought that was awesome. Go Veer, Go Home posted some awesome pictures of Canada geese and the deer family, which I really liked. CP Whiskey Creek sub and N scale. There are a ton of mini prints in here. The picnic table, the Jersey barriers. There's a little security camera over on the side here. There's a dumpster. And this is all N scale. So those are some really beautiful photos. Thank you for posting those. And I love the chipping technique on the Jersey barriers. So that is super cool. Bob Thomas, who has designed the track plan for my module layouts that I'm building, and I have not built yet, but I am building the modules. So thank you for that. And I'm really slow in building, but I will. I love this. Bob is fantastic in creating these really detailed but understated scenes. Hey, that is you. That's you right there. I love this. Thank you so much for posting it. It's really, really, really nice. Really nice work. I just love the way that pops, and it's one of those pictures that just tells a story. You look at it, it's super simple, it's super clean, it's super elegant, and you can just sort of see it, smell it, put the story in your head. It's just fantastic. I love it. Okay. And I keep losing my cursor. Oh, Steve. This, I'm not sure I have a favorite and if I'm allowed to have a favorite, but this picture really, really stands out for me. And the reason I love it is because I have done this so many times. Now, I haven't parked my VW Bug in the middle of a bridge, punch, buggy, black, no punch back. But I have been on the side of a bridge over top of a rail yard photographing it. And I just, it's these super, super, super subtle, clean scenes. They're just fantastic. And I love the use of the Miniprints rail fan there. So wonderful work there. Harold Kemp did an amazing job painting one of our Bigfoot or Sasquatches. And I just love the tonality and the way he's sort of gotten every little bit. I think this is probably the first time I've seen the hair really look like hair. And yes, that is anatomically correct before someone makes a comment. The famous Bigfoot video was a she. And if you go back to I think it's called the Patterson Grim, might be getting that wrong. But if you go back to the video, you will clearly see that she is a she and she was identified as a she. I do have a he version, but this is anatomically correct to the video that was posted in the 60s. Jerry has one of our custom cruise conductors hanging off of a car. And there we go. So we have one. I'll go back in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did I get that right? 10 entries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 entries. All right. So just to be fair, I will make up. Oh, hey, Jerry, there you are. All right. I will put your comment up on your slide. So let's do the random number generator again. So you can't see this, but you trust me, random number. I'm going to the random number generator on the web and I'm clicking generate. And the lucky number is 9. And I will then go back. And I think that's you, Jerry. Holy moly, hold on. So 1, let's go back to the top here. Just do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Congratulations, Jerry. The universe is smiling on you. You are the lucky winner, and I will be in touch. So thank you everyone for the Miniprints Monday. Obviously the goal is not the gift card, but it's sharing the pictures. Everybody's a winner. I'm the biggest winner of all because you shared them with me. So thank you. And I will be in touch, Jerry, with the card. Okay, moving on. Yes, this is me. Yes, I did it. This is clearly, oh, yeah, thank you. Oh, that's nice. Everybody said congratulations to Jerry. We are a very polite, very supportive group. So thank you, everyone, and congratulations. I am so excited about Springfield. It's my first time. To answer the question that everyone is asking me, no, I am not bringing anything down to sell. It is not a selling trip for me. It is a meet and greet trip. I'm doing 3D scans, but I didn't want to do any commerce. I didn't want to exchange any cash. I didn't want to bring down any inventory for a variety of reasons. I'm coming down to sort of get the vibe, to say hi to people, to do some scans. I will bring down a module. So I'm working on one, possibly two Fremo modules that will bring down just to sort of create little scenes, but it's more sort of meet and greet. And speaking of meet and greet, actually, I probably should have had you on as a guest, Heath. Hang on. I might just break protocol here for 1 second. Can you see he? Hang on. You want to come on for a sec, Heath, and just the Meet the Modeler won't mind, I'm sure. Let me just text you. Where are you? Are you in here? There's Sparky. Here you go. If you get that and you want to come on in and you can talk about that. We're going to talk about that in a minute. I'll see if Heath wants to come on and talk about it quickly. But yes, there's a little something planned for the Miniprints booth. But at Springfield, I am shrinking people. And Saturday is completely sold out. But Sunday, I have 3 spots left. And I really am not sure how long those 3 spots will last. I suspect they will probably be gone by the time I'm either off the air tonight or, pretty darn soon. So if you are itching to get scanned, there are 3 spots left on Sunday. Heath, if you are near a computer, and you would unfortunately not at my computer. Okay, so Heath is not at his computer, but we have been plotting and scheming, and there will be a YouTuber meetup at the Miniprints booth on Sunday at 12 noon. So anyone who is at the show on Sunday at noon, by all means, please feel free to come to the Miniprints booth. We did it at Timonium. It was a ton of fun. And, we'll just hang out, and it's my lunch break. So we'll hang out for half an hour, 45 minutes. I'll probably go back to scanning at some point. People can live broadcast or clown around. It's a big booth. It's, I think I'm 10 by 20. And that's the slide I forgot to put in. I'm going to go live in a minute. Actually, I'm going to go live right now. I want to pull something up on the internet. So this is a little bit unscripted, but that's okay. Amherst has published their floor plan. And I'm going to see if I can pull it up because I want to show you all where the Miniprints booth is. Because, let's face it, we're 24 days away? And it is coming up ridiculously quickly, floor plan. So let's see. Here we go. 2023 floor plan. Is this the one? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let me see if I can share this. So I am going to stop sharing that screen, and I'm going to share this screen. Window? No. entire screen. Oh, I know why. It's the same. Here we go. There we go. Share. Okay, everybody. Good. So what I want to show you is the following. This is Springfield. And if you want to find this, if you're going to the Railroad Hobby Show, go to railroadhobbyshow.com or Amherst Rail, and they've just put up the floor plan of all the buildings. I am in the Better Living Center right here, and I'm section 19, which is this section right here. And I will zoom in and then navigate, hopefully. There we go. So this is section 19 right here. And right there, Miniprints booth. So we are right by door 8. This black hole right here, believe it or not, is the NMRA booth. Why? Why? You can, if you really zoom in, you can kind of read NMRA National. So we're sandwiched between Intermountain over here and Exact Rail over here, and we're across from NMRA. And why this is important is that if you are at the show, please, please, please come by and say hi, because I really want to meet everybody. That is, what's this? Is 19 the food booth? It can be. I mean, you can bring me food if you want. But I would absolutely love, oh, thank you. Rocky Mountain Train Show has shared the URL. That's very kind of you. Appreciate it. If any of the moderators want to put up a linkable, clickable URL too, that's cool. But everyone can find it. What's this? I said the same thing last night and you missed that part of my show. Sorry about that. I was playing Daddy Uber for the family. Yeah, you know what? I wonder if you're allowed to drink. Beer booth is a great idea. Actually, live beer tasting would be great. I'm not sure whether I'm allowed to bring beer from Henderson's down, but that would be fun. But definitely, we could do local beers. I do have some scanning to do, but you know, that's fun. And Dunkin' Donuts. Yes, so I'm sandwiched between Intermountain and Exact Rail, but I'm also sandwiched between the bathroom and the donut shop. So there we go. So it's going to be fantastic. Okay, moving on, because I've got to meet the modeler who we need to meet. So let's go back to my presentation. Let's go back to the deck. And that's enough about Springfield. By all means, please, please stop by if you are in the neighborhood, either Saturday or Sunday. Oh, yeah. So I mentioned that there are 3 spots left on Sunday. If you would like one of those spots, miniprints.com/Springfield. Also, if you are into antics, I will be a co-host on the upcoming free podcast, the AML podcast, Monday the 9th, where I am part of the crew that is interviewing John, and we're talking about the show. And I actually asked John for his tips as a first-time exhibitor and as a first-time attendee. So there's some pretty fun and useful information there. What's new? So there were not a ton of new mini prints in December because obviously of the holidays, but there were a few fun ones. I decided to go barrel crazy. So I did some open top barrels and some barrels on pallets and some assemblies of barrels. So those are new. I also had a request for a fire extinguisher because they wanted to put that on just beside the cab of an engine. And because it was seasonal, I thought I might as well do some hot tubs because it was bloody cold here for a few weeks, and some snowmen. And Wigwag, how was dinner? What did you have and where did you go? Because that is important information you need to share with us. What else is new? Oh yeah, I got a model to announce. I'd play some music to announce this, but it's probably copyright protected, and I will probably get it kicked off of YouTube. So I posted some teasers. You can go back and see the music that accompanies those teasers on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. But I started thinking about, and I'll give you 2 seconds of the thought process here. I started thinking about the flat Earth. And I won't tell you why I started thinking about flat Earth, but recently flat Earth came up. And no, I do not think the Earth is flat. As a matter of fact, I really don't think the Earth is flat because it's not flat. However, sorry, I know I've disappointed a few people. I can see all right, I'm gonna bring my modeler up in a minute and we're gonna have a vigorous debate about the Earth is flat. But what I will say without any hesitation is that the Earth is not flat, but our layouts are. So I thought it's very interesting because everybody on our layout lives on a flat Earth. And the most neglected part of our layout from a scenery perspective is the edge of our layout. So I would like to introduce you to a new line of figures that I am calling Don't Push Me Because I'm Close to the Edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. This is a good friend of mine, Steve Juranix, who was over here about a month ago, and he was kind enough to be the first model for the Don't Push Me Because I'm Close to the Edge. But over the next few weeks, I am bringing out an entire line of figures that are specifically geared towards the edge of your layout. You can call them the Flat Earth Society. You can call them Don't Push Me Because I'm Close to the Edge. You can call them whatever you want. But the idea behind these is to have a little bit of fun, recognize that there is an edge to our layout, and to scenic the hell out of it and have some fun with your layout. So the second figure is right here. You can't see it, but that doesn't matter. You will see it in the next couple of days. I've got about 8 or 9 figures all planned out, and 3 or 4 of them have already been scanned. So this is the big announcement. This is, as Mark of M&M Rail said, the cliffhanger. And they're going to be really fun. I'm all about the fun, the different, the unique. And this is the big announcement for tonight. So I hope that you are excited. Yes, I hope nobody jumps. Nissy, please tell me more about your wall. I love it. Layouts aren't flat. My track work proves that. I love it. So this is all about having a little bit of fun, adding a little bit of an element that's a little bit different. And without further ado, because you've waited long enough, you've heard me drone on long enough, I am not going to delay any longer. I'm going to add them right to the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the modeler. Oh, okay, hang on. There we go. Meet the modeler. Without further introduction, Thomas Split Rock, welcome.
Welcome. Hello. Sparky, this is only my 4th, so.
I could give a long introduction, but I think everybody knows who you are. And you're so active on YouTube. I know that you've been in these broadcasts before. I know you support everyone's broadcasts. And I think I have this Meet the Modeler segment. Obviously, I know you're a Miniprints customer, but I think the thing that really got me so excited, and before I go any further, I just have to congratulate you. What a fantastic accomplishment. You made the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Bernard. And everyone else who said thank you, too. It was quite an honor, and it was a long time coming, and it's a lot of fun. So, maybe we can talk about it. I got some slides to show you guys. I'll answer some questions.
Absolutely. For those who have not seen it, I should probably just go back and tell them, because I think everybody in the chat, I hope everyone in the chat has received either their digital or their hard copy of the Model Railroad Craftsman. But ladies and gentlemen, Thomas is on the cover of Model Railroad Craftsman this month. If you have not picked it up, please do. There are a lot of other things to talk to him about, but that is the impetus for why Thomas is joining us tonight. And Thomas, if there is anyone in the chat who doesn't know who you are or what you've done or why you're here, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, okay, my name's Thomas Gazier. I'm from the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Been in Model Railroad a long time, NMRA since '95. And I've been inspired by, like, everyone in chat. I get my inspiration from everyone. Grew up liking the ore lines, and I modeled that. I love the modern technology, what Bernard's coming out with, and other Canadians, Tim Wares of Fast Tracks. And I'll show you, I got a lot of mini prints on the layout. I want to say hello to Eduardo. If you guys haven't subscribed to his channel, do it. It's a wonderful channel. And I think I saw Trevor Marshall in here. I want to thank Trevor Marshall. He's one of my podcasting heroes. Had a wonderful 50 podcasts. But let me see if I can bring up these slides real quick.
Perfect. And I'll make you full screen.
And we'll go from there.
Absolutely.
Let us see if it'll upload here. And
I just watched, while you're doing that, I just watched, you have an NMRA X video where I think you and your grandson are on your layout. And I enjoyed that. I watched that a couple nights ago, just as research and inspiration for tonight. And it's spectacular. I really enjoyed that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, NMRX is a great way for anybody to break into giving clinics. If you're a little shy, you can do a pre-recorded one. And what I did, they let me do a live one with my grandson. They like my train. So here's kind of the cover. And I think you've all seen this as a corner of my layout. I'll suggest this: if any of you write an article or take photos, send in one vertical shot that they can put a cover on. I learned that from Cynthia Priest. And I think what you do, Bernard, this Monday, I see everybody takes these beautiful photos. That's some really good practice for modeling. Like those Jersey barriers with the chipping, you can see all the details.
Yeah.
Because I would take photo after photo, and then I'd look at them blown up on my screen, and I'm like, oh, that brake wheel looks like a manhole cover. You know, oh, that engine's off kilter, that wheel's wrong. So it improves your modeling.
Absolutely. And you can see every little success and every little failure. The lens is very impartial. It shows everything, the good and the bad.
Yep. And practice, practice, practice. I learned, Keith and I were talking about photo stacking. These are all photo stacks, so everything's in focus. And a lot of Photoshop to tell a story.
Two questions just on the photo stacking. What do you use? I've never done it, and I've always wanted to.
I use a application called Helicon.
Okay, heard of it. Yep.
And you can't buy it, but you can get a license to use it. And so I will use my Canon DSLR and take like 20 photos.
Yep.
In manually focusing from right at the front all the way to the back.
Yep.
Take all 20 of those into Helicon, and then it'll take the best parts.
Okay, good.
And you end up almost with a 3D photo.
The other question is, what are those fantastic purple flowers? How did you make those?
Those are purple lupines.
Yeah.
Which I see up north. So those are actually pins. So I cut off. My wife gave me a bunch of her little pins because she's a seamstress.
Okay.
I cut them off with a wire cutter, dipped one end in the white glue, then dipped it into the Woodland Scenics purple flowers.
Genius.
And then took a pliers and stuck it into my scenery.
So simple, so elegant, and so unique. I love it.
And yeah, it's simple, and you can reposition them to get, like from this photo, I probably moved more to get it in where I want it.
I love them. That is so unique, and I'd never seen it before. So it's genius.
Yeah, and we all see them up north. You guys probably see them in Canada.
Oh yeah, we got them.
And purple just bursts out on your layout. You know, I got red dirt, yellow engines, green. So I'm like, I'm adding purple.
I love it. I love it.
So I'll show you some of the effects. The Mesabi Railroad comes down in Duluth from Proctor, Minnesota, down to the ore docks. It's almost 2% grade. And living in Duluth for a number of years, you just see the smoke coming off the hill. You thought it was on fire. No, it was the Mesabi coming down. So I photoshopped mine like that because they come down the hill to give my train some weight and motion. And that was the inspiration for this photo, to add in the brake shoe smoke.
Gorgeous.
And then you wonder where I got the big numbers in the yellow. This is U.S. Steel, Oliver Iron Mining. And then so I used their font to make these big yellow numbers. And you can see the fire tower back there on the bridge. And added the background.
Now, how big is your layout? Is it one of these basement empires that's monstrous? Is it a shelf layout? Give me a little bit of sort of perspective.
It is absolutely not. My layout is in a one-car garage.
Okay.
And it takes up maybe half of it.
Okay.
And it was probably the smartest thing I did to not do the basement because it's manageable.
Yes.
When I started building this, working for the railroad, I didn't know when I'd be home. So I was building it for me. And so now the size of it has just benefited me so I can do scenes like this.
You can go deep.
You can go deep.
Yeah.
With my mini prints. Here you see the geese and the turtles and the water and the cattails, you know, and there's deer back there in the forest.
It's a beautiful scene. Yep. Beautiful.
And you brought up the Bigfoot. So I have a Bigfoot on my layout, which is a cool rule, is he's on a pin as well. And I tell people, if you find him, you can move him.
Nice.
So most of the time, I have no idea where he is because people have found him and plucked him and put him somewhere else.
Okay, I have to editorialize for a minute.
Go for it.
Because so often I see two camps in the world of model railroading. It has to be photorealistic, prototypical, and you can't have fun. Or everything's an amusement park. The food truck is next to the Ferris wheel, and there are no trains, but it's all fun.
Yeah.
What I find most inspiring, and thank you for pointing this out, is I love a prototypical, excellent modeler who takes the art and the craft seriously, but isn't afraid to have fun.
Yeah.
And that is so inspiring.
Yeah. And I think if you limit the amount of, like you said, this, that, and the tropes, if you ever listen to our podcast, we kind of make fun of the tropes where the miniature fire station has 57 fire trucks, but you can have fun.
Everything's on fire. Everything is burning.
Your new guy looking over the edge is genius. You know, having people repel. My head, I'm going like, there's got to be 20 applications for that.
Well, you should. The whole line is going to be so much fun.
It's going to be fun. You make a lot of fun stuff. I'll show you a couple I'm working on of yours too. So here we see that pond scene again, and you can in the bottom you can see the turtles sunning themselves.
Yep.
And I have to point out the frogs to people. They look like, oh my God, you have frogs. So, and this wasn't in the magazine, but I took this because that's the new crane.
Nice.
And I want to get some white egrets and these little marshlands.
Yep.
Because that's all you ever see. And
it was Gordy, it was Gordy who told me, and I'm 99.9% sure Gordy said this, but I'm going to attribute it to him anyway. He said, birds exist everywhere in nature, but you never see them on our layouts. Like you cannot go outside in the real world without seeing a bird, but most layouts don't have a single bird on them. So that's prototypical.
And if you want a prototype excuse, look at the news today. Some snowy owl from Canada, the Arctic, is living in Los Angeles. And they've had thousands of people photographing this owl.
Yeah.
Because
lots of Canadians in LA.
Yeah, you're modeling Southern Cal. You can now have a snowy owl.
Well, that's good. Good to be prototypical.
Yep. So this may be something you want to make too. Unloading order. This machine this guy is on is called a trapper machine.
That's cool.
And this goes around and opens the doors on the ore cars and shuts them.
Okay.
And I modeled this on the order. I can see the guy in the middle on a yellow one.
Right there. Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
But it's basically a forklift I had to modify as they're about to dump all this ore.
Now, what era is this? I'm sorry. Did you say what era this was?
1969.
Okay, 1969. Very good.
Yep. It's the last year that Alco was in business.
Okay.
So I can have all of them.
Whoa.
And then, of course, everybody knows Northern Lights. You guys in Canada, especially, I'm jealous. And so that's why I said I wanted to. Yeah.
I've only ever seen them once, but
really,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're so
You're
far
with my
south.
wife. She hasn't seen them.
We're so far south. I mean, if you draw a line across, we're ridiculous. Trevor Marshall,
you're farther south than me.
I think Trevor Marshall probably sees them. Trevor, if you're still in the chat, have you seen the Northern Lights in your new home in northern Canada there?
Yeah, but I wanted that, so I thought I'll do a night scene, make it black and white, throw in the northern sky, and just
That's amazing.
You don't see that in the magazines a lot, so I thought.
No, that's unique. I've never seen that. So is that done with the painted backdrop, or how is that done?
That is done with Affinity Photoshop.
Okay.
And I used Affinity to add in the backdrop and then add in the light in the caboose and the engines.
That's amazing.
So I just turned down a photo like that. So that's all I got there.
That's fantastic.
I've got one more if I can find it here.
Okay.
And there we go.
All right, Stephen, thank you for joining us. We're going to go a little late tonight. I don't have a lot. I've got a few things to wrap up, but nothing of major significance. There will be an announcement about the next Peanut Butter Challenge. So watch the rebroadcast, but I will get to that soon, not now. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. So I don't know if you can throw that slide up, or do I got to do that?
Nope, I can do that.
I saw Nissy say this. She wanted to stop her doubt. This is how you get models in magazines.
You're just fearless. You do it.
You're fearless.
Yeah.
Make all the mistakes you can.
I love mistakes. Most of the best scenery I've ever done, or the best weathering I've ever done, has been a horrible mistake.
Absolutely.
You are getting some very lovely comments, and you're getting some lovely comments from people who are also fantastic modelers. So fantastic. Now, this podcast has come up twice now. That's fine. Tell me about it. I mean, I know it, but not everyone might be familiar with it. So what you mentioned a podcast, there was a comment about a podcast. What is that all about?
So the Twin Cities division of the NMRA, we started a podcast called The Crossing Gate.
Okay.
And where other model road podcasts do wonderful interviews, like you're going to be on,
yep,
one-on-one, I wanted the podcast to be like this, like you and I and Sparky and Heath sitting around talking about a model road subject.
Yeah.
And, talking about scenery or operations or adding details. So that's what I've got a group of about 11 or 12 guys. We pick 4 or 5 of us and we pick a topic. Okay. And we'll bring in people who know more. This Friday, episode 46 will be out, and it's all about narrow gauge modeling.
Okay.
So if anyone has a topic and wants to come on, so we're more topic driven than interviews, because there's other people who do that and they do it so well.
Yeah.
The AML or Around the Layout, Tom Barbalet.
Yep.
That I said, well, let us do the group chat like we see in chat.
Yeah, totally.
Jokes and everything.
Love it. And so I'm a fan. I listen. I love it. Name a podcast.
Is The Crossing Gate.
There you go. Check it out, everyone. Very, very good. Well, this is so exciting. So since we started with resolutions and or goals, it kind of makes sense just to conclude your time. Do you have any? Do you make them? Do you have anything that excites you that you want to do this year?
I have 3 resolutions for modeling.
Okay.
One is to complete some projects I'm working on. 2 is to write more articles.
Oh, excellent.
And 3 is to convince Rapido to make an Elko C415. So
okay.
I'm going to, somebody. So.
Excellent. Excellent. And you've got fans on the chat as well. So that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much. I mean, the Meet the Modeler segment is always so short, and I always wish we could go deep into it, but I'm not a podcaster. I don't have a podcast. I like to do little dim sum, sort of tastes. I think it's so important to feature the fabulous work. That's why I love when people share photos, and it's so inspiring because I think the thing that I love about this community is that we inspire each other. So thank you for inspiring me and everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, and cheers. And
cheers.
Are you coming to Springfield?
Not this year.
Okay.
I looked into it. Heath was trying to get me there, but I'll be there in spirit. So live stream and.
I'm sure there'll be lots of people doing that. I look forward to finding an event sometime when our paths can cross in person and we can share a beer together in real time as opposed to online.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Bye, and congrats on the article.
Thank you.
Oh, that was fantastic. I love the Meet the Modeler segment. It's something that, definitely everyone hit the like, please. I don't know why, but apparently it's good for you. It's good for me. It's good for the internet. It's good for model railroading. It's just a good thing. Isn't that fun? So I guess that's my 5th or 6th Meet the Modeler. And one of my goals, I won't call it a resolution, but one of the things I want to do is just isolate all the Meet the Modeler segments from all the different monthly lives, and I'll put those up on YouTube just so you can go back and watch. But we've had some fantastic Meet the Modelers, and it's always fun. So TSG, I hope it was worth leaving for, but I'm thrilled that you're back, and you can watch on the rebroadcast. So let me get back to a few tiny little housekeeping contest details, and then it's 8 o'clock, so we'll wrap this first show of Barky. Come on the podcast and discuss the advantages. I kind of just hit that by accident. All right. Back to the stream. All right. Let's talk about peanut butter lids. Let's talk about the good. Let's talk about the bad. Let's talk about the ugly. Let's talk about the crunchy. Let's talk about the smooth. I'm loving this peanut butter lid challenge. What do you guys say? I'm thinking that we did an October sort of loosely Halloween themed one. There were 14 entries. We did a Christmas/holiday one. There were another 14 entries. People seem to be really enjoying it. I love seeing the theme of today's broadcast. I love seeing the creativity and the what people are doing. So I'm thinking what I'd like to do this year is 1 per quarter. So we'll do 4 this year. I mean, maybe we add a few more, maybe we add, whatever. But I'm thinking that the first peanut butter lid challenge of the quarter, January, February, March, should have a deadline of February 14th. Let's do a Valentine's Day /love theme. Everyone's got just over a month. So today's the 4th. So let's do the 14th. I will show all of the entries on the March live stream. We'll do another gift card, amount to be determined. Not that that really matters because we don't do it for the money. We do it for the love. And so I'm thinking, how does that sound? Loosely based on love or Valentine's Day, due February 14th. You do not, by law, technically need to use a PB lid. You need to use something that looks like a PB lid. We've had contests before that have been, I do PB lids because it's 3.5 inches round and it gives you a constraint. It gives you something to work with. So if you want to use a Vegemite lid, go for it. If you want to use a mayonnaise lid, go for it. If you want to cut out a 3.5 inch diameter piece of paper, go for it. The idea is to sort of have something uniform that we can all play with. You do not need to put a mini print on it, although it's the mini print channel. It's the mini print contest, just saying. So it's encouraged. They're not judged on merit, specifically because I don't want this to be about who's best. There is no best. There is only fun. There is only be creative, have some fun, do something, push yourself, learn a new scenery technique, experiment, go minimalist, go over the top. It doesn't matter to me. It's just about having fun. And then I will throw a little gift card in there just to encourage people. Follow the Miniprints Facebook page, please, for details. And I will list all the details when I have a moment. And it is a Valentine's Day contest. You did miss the announcement, Heath, which is only fair because I missed part of your show yesterday. So it is totally fun, as Trackside Mike says, and it's another PB lid contest. And I will post all the deets, but it will be due February 14th. So you have just over a month to do it. I'm going to round this very long. I thought I was going to go short today, but I'm going to round out this very long broadcast with saying to you, what's my next slide? I think my next slide might be goodbye. Oh, merch. Yes, I do have a merch shop. Believe it or not, 2 people have bought merch so far. I don't know why, but they did. If you want a Miniprints toque or a Miniprints ball cap or a Miniprints t-shirt or a mug, or if you have anything else that you want to suggest, let me know. You can always email me. Hector, you can watch it in the rebroadcast. It does not have to be a Valentine's Day theme, but why wouldn't you make it a Valentine's Day theme? Thank you, everybody. As usual, it's been an absolute thrill. Please hit the like button. It's tremendously wonderful if you follow me on any of my channels, either Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. This video, as well as many others, will be up on YouTube. Thank you. Good night. As Heath says, from the city that never sleeps. Well, I guess Toronto does sleep. So good night. I'm going to have a very, very, very overproofed beer when I get home. And I wish you all a very happy, healthy new year filled with lots and lots and lots. Let me go full screen. I can't go full screen. Lots and lots and lots of technical issues. Lots and lots of good health and lots of modeling. Good night, everyone. See you next month, first Wednesday of the month. Thank you for joining me tonight. Bye-bye.